South Africa's economic growth increased in the second quarter of this year by expanding by 0.8%, up from 0.1% seen in the first quarter.
South Africa is predicted to see 1.1% growth this year.
South Africa specifically, senior economist at Standard Bank, Elna Moolman, says Moody's expectation of 1.5% growth this year still looks on the higher side.
Forget the Africa rising cliché. South Africa didn't rise. It's been sitting at the VIP table for decades, sipping sparkling water rated third best in the world, while everyone else is still figuring out how to open the bottle. When it comes to wealth, this country isn't new money. It's old money with interest. South Africa is the kind of nation that wears economic success like a tailored suit, subtle, sharp, and always on brand. Now I know what you're thinking. Wait, isn't Nigeria richer? Sure, if we're counting GDP size, Nigeria flexes the numbers. But South Africa is that calm billionaire who doesn't shout. It just owns the mine you're shouting from. This is the chief daddy of Africa, the country that's been cashing in before the rest even found the ATM. Let's start with the obvious. The ground itself is rich. South Africa's soil isn't just dirt, it's basically Earth's jewelry box. Diamonds, check gold, of course. Platinum, manganese, chromium, uranium, and a chemical alphabet soup of other minerals. Double check. If vibranium existed outside Marvel, there's a good chance it would have shown up somewhere near Pretoria. This geological jackpot made South Africa one of the world's most resource-loaded countries. It's like the planet dropped all its valuables here, said good luck, and left. Mining is still the backbone of the South African economy, not just for the bling, but for the power moves. Because when your land literally sparkles, people pay attention and pay you. But wait, you can't talk wealth without talking energy. South Africa doesn't just dig riches out of the ground. It sells the power that lights up half of Southern Africa. Meet Eskom, the electricity giant that keeps the lights on, and sometimes off, but we'll get there. Nearly all that juice comes from coal, and there's plenty of it. Those massive stations in Mpumalanga aren't just factories, they're economic engines. And here's the real flex. South Africa doesn't only generate for itself, it exports electricity to its neighbors. Yep, even the lights in other countries pay rent to South Africa. Now let's move from underground to the assembly line, because South Africa isn't just rich in resources, it knows how to flip them. This country builds cars, crafts chemicals, and even makes weapons, legally of course. Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and Toyota all build here. Imagine driving a German car that speaks Afrikaans. That's manufacturing power with global accents. South Africa's industrial game is so solid that even its plastics and textiles bring in foreign cash. This isn't a one-trick economy, it's a full orchestra. And if you think that's impressive, wait till you see the part where South Africa turns all that industrial muscle into pure financial swagger. Because this nation doesn't just make money, it manages it like a boss. You see, South Africa's relationship with money is refined. It doesn't chase the bag shows up wearing a tie. The country's financial system is one of the most sophisticated, not just in Africa, but in the entire Southern Hemisphere. We're talking about a place where banks have better infrastructure than some countries' governments. At the center of it all is the South African Reserve Bank, basically the Beyoncé of African central banks. It runs the show, sets the tone, and decides how loud the economy dances. And when it says, interest rates up, the markets sit up straight like school kids when the principal walks in. Then there's the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, the JSE, the oldest and biggest stock exchange in Africa. This isn't some side hustle market. This is a full-on financial arena where billions move before breakfast. Companies from mining to media to mobile tech all trade there, and investors from London to Tokyo keep a close eye on it because when South Africa sneezes, a few African economies catch a cold. The the country's financial web stretches beyond banks and stocks. It's got an army of insurance companies, pension funds, and investment firms so deep in capital, they could probably bail out a few neighbors on a slow Tuesday. The Development Bank of Southern Africa, that's not just a name, that's a powerhouse financing billion-dollar projects across the continent. South Africa doesn't just keep its own lights on, it funds the bulbs for everyone else. And let's not forget the rand, South Africa's national currency. It's one of the few African currencies traded internationally, like it's on a first-name basis with Wall Street. When global traders talk about emerging markets, the rand is always in the conversation. The kid who got invited to the grown-up table because it actually knows which fork to use. But the chief daddy's power doesn't stop at finance. South Africa has been playing trade chess while others are still figuring out checkers. This country exports gold, platinum, cars, fruits, machinery, and even electricity. In return, it imports motor vehicles, tech equipment, and chemicals. Basically, trading raw muscle for smart toys. China, the United States, Germany, Japan, those are South Africa's regular business partners. It's like having all the cool kids from the global economy on speed dial. And through the Southern African Development Community, South Africa quietly dominates regional trade, selling goods, investing in neighbors, and collecting profits like rent from the block. But don't think it's all boardrooms and balance sheets. South Africa also knows how to cash in on beauty. Because while other countries talk about natural resources, South Africa flexes its natural attractions. And believe me, those bring in billions too. Tourism in South Africa isn't just an industry, it's a full-blown performance. The country doesn't just attract visitors, it seduces them. From the wine valleys of Stellenbosch to the cliffs of Table Mountain, every corner looks like a postcard designed to make your bank account whisper, "Book the flight." Cape Town alone feels like someone took Los Angeles, wrapped it in African rhythm, sprinkled it with luxury, and said, "Welcome to paradise with Wi-Fi." The safari scene, elite. Kruger National Park isn't just for wildlife, it's where billionaires go to pretend they're roughing it while their 5-star lodge has better food than most cities. Tourism pumps billions into the economy every year, and it's not just foreigners coming for selfies with lions. Regional visitors, international investors, and adventure junkies all bring their wallets along. Each glass of wine poured, each cable car ride up Table Mountain, and every photo of a penguin in a tuxedo, it all adds up. But what makes this even smoother is how easy it is to move around. South Africa isn't just sightseeing, it's logistics luxury. The country owns over 400 airports. That's right, 400. You could probably land a plane blindfolded and still end up at one. OR Tambo International in Johannesburg is the big boss of them all, the beating heart that connects Africa to the world. Durban and Cape Town airports, they're like the stylish cousins who handle international business when Joburg is busy making money. And when you're this connected, trade and tourism move faster than a politician dodging questions. And speaking of trade, South Africa's ports are next level. 8 major ones, including Durban, which handles more cargo than some countries see in a decade. Richards Bay ships out mountains of coal. Saldanha Bay sends iron ore across the globe. And Cape Town? That's the Instagram port, scenic, efficient, and photogenic enough to make shipping containers look glamorous. Every container, every ship, every export is money flowing in. It's global trade dressed in a designer suit. Goods from Europe, Asia, and America come through South African ports, get reworked, repackaged, and re-exported. It's the middleman economy done right, the kind that takes a small cut from everyone and ends up rich because everyone pays the toll. And while all that is happening, agriculture is still out there, quietly flexing. Corn, wheat, sugarcane, fruits, you name it. South Africa produces enough food to feed millions, export tons, and still have leftovers for wine pairings. Even livestock gets in on the action. Beef, lamb, dairy. You could build a restaurant empire just from South African produce. It's a country where the land grows wealth and the sea ships it out. From the farm to the port, from the mine to the bank, every part of South Africa's economy knows its role, and it plays it like a hit record. But before we call it a wrap, there's one more side to this story. Because even the chief daddy of Africa isn't immune to plot twists, and South Africa's journey from riches to reinvention is just as wild as the wealth itself. Here's the thing about South Africa. It's rich, but not just in cash, in character. This country has been through it all. Colonialism, apartheid, recessions, power cuts. And yet, like that one friend who keeps losing their wallet but somehow always shows up with champagne, South Africa just keeps bouncing back. Yes, there's been economic slowdown. Yes, Nigeria took the top GDP crown. But numbers don't tell swagger. South Africa's influence is deeper than spreadsheets. It's structural. It built the financial DNA that half the continent copied. It trained the engineers, funded the projects, and taught everyone else how to turn minerals into money. You could say South Africa's economy has been on a little vacation lately. Some power issues here, some political drama there. But let's be honest, every empire needs a nap before its next reign. Because while others chase the spotlight, South Africa owns the stage lights. Even now, its industries are evolving. Renewable energy is rising. Tech hubs in Cape Town and Johannesburg are attracting startups faster than you can say venture capital. Tourism is booming again, exports are recovering, and foreign investors still treat the rand like a VIP pass to Africa. The potential is massive. And it's not potential built on hype, but on infrastructure. This is the only African country that has hosted the FIFA World Cup and built stadiums that could rival Europe's finest. The only one with a financial system ranked among the world's top 20. The only one that can flex world-class cities, luxury safaris, and world-leading mining operations all before lunch. So, when people ask, why is South Africa so rich? The real answer is simple. Because it's wired that way. It's not just luck or resources, it's legacy, resilience, and hustle. The chief daddy of Africa didn't just inherit wealth. It built it, mined it, invested it, and occasionally threw a World Cup to show off. Sure, the lights flicker sometimes. Sure, the rand wobbles. But name one boss who hasn't had a bad day at the office. South Africa's story isn't about perfection. It's about power that refuses to fade. And if history's taught us anything, it's that the chief daddy might rest, but it never retires. Because whether it's gold underground, tech above ground, or tourists filling Instagram with sunsets, South Africa's wealth keeps finding new ways to shine. So next time someone asks who runs Africa's economic playground, just smile and say, the chief daddy's still collecting rent. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of Africa's OG economy, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe for more deep dives, and tell the algorithm that old money still runs the continent. Because South Africa isn't just a country, it's a statement.